Jungkook BTS cradles Taehyung with a bleeding nose during practice. This unexpected moment moves and worries exactly happened that led to Jungkook cradling Taehyung, who had a bleeding nose, leaving all BTS fans frozen in emotional silence? An unexpected incident during a closed BTS rehearsal suddenly became the center of attention. In a leaked internal clip circulating in a limited fan community, Taehyung, or V, is seen bowing his head in pain, while Jungkook quickly rushes over and hugs him tightly, even cradling him while holding back a panicked expression. The scene, which only lasted a few minutes, was enough to leave a deep impression in ARMY's hearts. This incident occurred during BTS's intensive preparations for a special performance at a year-end award show. It's known that the rehearsal sessions lasted for hours without long breaks, testing the physical endurance and concentration of all 7 members. But no one expected that in the midst of what seemed like a normal rehearsal, V would suddenly have a nosebleed, drastically changing the atmosphere. Internal footage shows the usually cheerful BTS members turning tense, with Jungkook being the fastest to respond to the situation. Jungkook, the youngest BTS member known for his close bond with Taehyung since their trainee days, did not hesitate. He immediately embraced V's half-collapsing body and seated him on his lap while gently applying pressure around the nose area with a small towel. There was no excessive panic, but Jungkook's facial expression showed deep concern. He appeared to keep whispering to V, who with half-closed eyes seemed to be trying to calm himself. Several internal medical staff immediately approached and took over, but Jungkook's quick and instinctive action deeply touched many fans who learned the details of this event. On fan forums like Weverse and Twitter, hashtags like #GetWellSoonTaehyung and #ProtectJungkook and V skyrocketed just 2 hours after this snippet of information spread. This incident, initially known only to a limited circle, was later indirectly confirmed by Big Hit Music. In a brief statement to South Korean media, the agency stated that Taehyung had a mild nosebleed due to physical exhaustion and is now in stable condition and undergoing full rest. Rehearsals have been temporarily halted, and all members are currently focused on recovery, wrote Big Hit. Although it didn't detail Jungkook's role, the youngest member's quick reaction did not escape public attention. More than just a medical panic, this moment shows the emotional closeness between BTS members. Many fans said the moment Jungkook cradled V reminded them of a genuine, unfeigned closeness, a symbol of true friendship built over more than a decade. For ARMY, this scene was not just a simple human interaction but a symbol of empathy and solidarity rarely found in an entertainment world that often demands toughness behind the scenes. Emotional analyses from several K-pop observers noted that this event indirectly revived the important narrative of idols' mental and physical health behind the stage. Many netizens and fans highlighted the intense training schedules and extreme work pressures faced by artists, including BTS, who despite being at the peak of their careers, still undergo training routines like rookies. "We often forget that they're human too," wrote a fan in a viral post that garnered more than 200,000 likes. The footage of that moment, although not officially released, continues to be intensely discussed. Some ARMY described the moment as a slice of honesty from an industry that too often prioritizes image. For them, seeing Jungkook, usually calm, show a vulnerable and emotional side when V got hurt offered a new view of BTS's internal dynamics. Many commented that this is what makes BTS more than just an ordinary idol group. Not only did it evoke empathy, this event also sparked serious discussions among fans regarding the need for transparency about BTS members' health. Several major fanbases even began gathering support to urge the agency to provide longer breaks between promotions, rehearsals, and personal activities. If Taehyung can get a nosebleed from exhaustion, what about the other members who aren't seen on camera? Wrote a senior fan who has followed BTS since 2013. This incident also revealed another side of Jungkook that is rarely exposed. While he's long been known as the all-capable golden magne, this moment showed his protective instinct and deep sense of responsibility for his friend. Many noted how Jungkook's hug was not just an impulsive act, but a reflection of emotional depth and closeness shaped by years of shared experiences. It didn't take long for international media to begin focusing on this emotional interaction. Several major outlets such as Billboard and Rolling Stone Korea are reportedly preparing special reports on the emotional dynamics and work pressure of idols that are rarely exposed to the public, with this V Jungkook incident as a main reference. ARMY welcomed the move and hoped this narrative could serve as an important reminder for the global entertainment industry. As this article is written, Taehyung is reportedly in full recovery and scheduled to resume rehearsals next week, though under close monitoring from the internal medical team. Jungkook has not released a direct statement regarding the incident, but his body language in a short video appearing after the event shows he is still emotionally affected. He appeared quieter than usual, though still displaying high professionalism during the preparation process. The conclusion from this incident is not just about who was hurt and who helped. It's about the depth of relationships, sincere care, and raw emotions that emerged honestly in a system that often forces idols to appear perfect. Jungkook cradling Taehyung was not just a pitying moment. It was a form of human empathy wrapped in hard work, and proof that behind the grandeur of the stage, BTS remains friends, family, and human. For ARMY, this moment will always be remembered as a symbol of true solidarity. The incident of Jungkook cradling Taehyung, when V suddenly had a nosebleed, shook the social media world in a very short time. But behind the virality and emotional waves flooding the ARMY community, one fundamental question arises that should be a point of reflection for us all. Is what we witnessed and felt an authentic reality, or merely a narrative engineered for a certain purpose? It should be noted that information circulating about this incident comes from various platforms such as TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and fan forums on Weverse and Reddit. Video clips, audio snippets, and even anonymous testimonies suddenly flooded the internet, creating the illusion that the event truly happened. But how far can we trust content that originates from unofficial sources? Are we, as consumers of information, critical enough to distinguish between fact and manipulation? Let's examine this further. Why is there no official documentation from big hit music or verified media showing the full moment? Why are only short, ambiguous clips spreading on social media? Could this not be part of an emotional marketing strategy, considering BTS's upcoming comeback or public appearance? We are not claiming the incident did not happen at all, but as rational audiences, it's important to question the motives behind the virality of a narrative. The emotions evoked by the footage are real for many, but are those emotions based on a truly occurring event, or formed from a series of information fragments curated in a particular way? Consider this. If the incident was truly urgent, why was the agency's official response so brief and did not touch on the core details of the event? Why was there no personal statement from Taehyung or Jungkook confirming or denying it directly? Is this caution due to privacy reasons, or was it intentionally done to keep public curiosity alive and generate more attention? Another question to ask is, what are we actually consuming when we believe in a 30-second video circulating on TikTok? Is it real footage, CGI manipulation, or clips from old videos that have been re-edited? In this era of deepfakes and advanced visual editing, how likely is it that such information is used as a tool to shape public perception? We must also realize that in the entertainment industry, emotion is currency. Interpersonal bonds, touching interactions, even crisis moments can all be packaged to create emotional attachment that leads to consumer loyalty. In this context, the Jungkook and Taehyung moment, real or not, can be used as an extremely effective marketing tool. Are we witnessing genuine human connection, or are we absorbing part of a strategic campaign to maintain public engagement? But on the other hand, we also can't simply assume everything is fabricated. Should we doubt every human moment just because the entertainment world has a long history of crafting narratives? Could excessive skepticism make us lose the ability to believe in sincere moments that occasionally still emerge amid a cynical industry? This is the major dilemma in the digital information era. On one hand, we are expected to care, but on the other, we must not get swept up in euphoria without verification. That's why it's important for us to train critical thinking, healthy skepticism, and not rush to conclusions. Information is power, but it can also be a weapon that shapes public opinion unilaterally. We are also not in a position to fully confirm the truth of that moment. What we present is a summary of various social media sources and unofficial reports that have not been journalistically verified. Therefore, we urge all readers and viewers not to immediately believe every article, clip, or emotional narrative circulating without a solid basis.